we be going mad, or ye be going sane? Lads and lasses, tip-top morning to you. Sorry about that, came down with a bit of longshoreman's disease, which in no way has anything to do with what we're talking about today. DeeJsee, movie that had taken the world by storm, is going to be getting Oscar nominations and a lot of attention. The Lighthouse. Directed by Robert Eggers' second film debut since The Witch, starring Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. And that's really all you can ask for. To do with two lighthouse keepers' journeys through isolation that slowly turn into madness. But is this movie's portrayal of the 1890s really able to get butts in the seats? Or is it just an artsy-fartsy film that's filled with creepy occurrences? Might as well start it off and kick it into the good. So this is done by A24. If you know A24 films, then you know they have a reputation with either scaring the crap out of you or amazing you, or both. In my case, usually the first one. Sorry, I had a cough in my throat. You're going into this movie, you know you're in for a crazy friggin' time. The atmosphere is intense. This is not shot in a typical 16:9 ratio. It's actually shot in a oldest form of filming by 4:3. 4:3. God damn it. In a 4:3 ratio, they want to add into how old the actual film is, considering the fact that it is in black and white as well. It's the claustrophobia. The black and white actually helps. It's supposed to be in a 4:3 ratio. It adds to the grittiness, disturbing nature of exactly what you're seeing on screen. That you're there with the actors in this locked out little island. The cinematography, impeccable, being moved around on a singular motion track. It adds into how small the actual place is. This isn't a big place. Little island in the middle of nowhere. Not even an island, it's more of a rock really. Definitely adds into that claustrophobic nature. The sound design, the music, the visuals, all of this accumulates into a feast of art and madness. There were at least a few occasions I was getting a bit uncomfortable with the sound. I might have been on the edge, feeling the intensity of the moments, but it still kept me invested and wanting to see what would happen. Talking of insanity, Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson are goddamn powerhouses. They are throwing everything that they have to offer. Robert Pattinson was able to be put into this movie and deliver an incredible performance. Dramatic changes that he takes, different ways that he shows off his character. The fact that he goes from 0 to 100 and you can see actions that it takes to get there. As good as Robert Pattinson is, Willem Dafoe blowing it over the top. His monologues, the way that he says different words, confusing as they are, and there were a few times where I was trying to figure out exactly what he was trying to say, because you're not really supposed to know what's going on. If he doesn't get an Oscar nomination, an insane performance from both of them. Both playing off each other, that there is an intensity going on. Both trying to work together, but at the same time are against each other. It's a simple premise that pays off immensely. Does leave you shaken. I came out of the movie still wondering what the hell I just saw, or I was actually still doing this. Not a lot of movies in this world that are able to actually make me shake. The metaphors, the symbolism. It requires multiple viewings to be able to figure out exactly what's going on. Fables, old legends, inspiration for exactly what this movie was. Mixture of Lovecraftian, Greek mythology, even throwing in some Egyptian stuff in there as well. That this tiny little rock with one little lighthouse is able to give off this much? Old fables, tall tales, and two men succumbing to madness. It's just enough to shed a light on exactly what this movie is. That's why... Oh wait, hang on. Damn, I didn't tell you the bad. That's because there isn't any. There was nothing that I could see that I didn't like about this movie. Something that we hadn't seen before. Probably something that hasn't even been made. A film from the 1890s into 2020, and I think it did a perfect job. Got powerhouse performances, incredible visuals, the scenery is on point, the music, the sound, everything about it. You cannot miss out on this. If you've got the heart for it, can handle some of the visuals, then I absolutely say go for it. I've seen a lot of people complain about the fact that it feels slow. That wasn't a problem. It had a good pace to it. There was always something on screen that kept you invested, kept you thinking about what was going to happen. A powerhouse with a lighthouse. That's why this movie gets... Now, I always like to end my reviews with a quote from the film. There were all lot should pale death with treble dread, make the oceans cave our bed. God who hears the surges roll, deign to save the suppliant soul. You'll know it when you see it. Ye being said, did ye see it? Will you see it? And if so, let ya put down your criticisms in them comments. Until then, I've been DeeJsee, and always remember, did you see it? Who would have thought? 2 films in a month that got a 5 from me. Now you might think I'm crazy, but you ain't seen nothing yet.